Minute 15 to go before the start of race 5.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's 1 minute to the start of race number 5, and we are here in Townsville, and it is still cranking. The waves are up, the stoke is up, the kites are up, the boards are up. We're all flying high. What a great afternoon it's been. Matt Taggart just came by the boat and said, "Dude, this is awesome." He had a tight finish with another rider coming into that last finish line of race 4, and he's like, "That was insane. Oh my gosh." He's just super stoked. Got my x-ray flag ready. Thank you, JB. A little bit of a right shift on right now. There's some bargers. Definitely a barger. 15 seconds.
10,
getting close.
9,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
All clear, all clear, all clear. Julian Kerner, Ricardo Lucchese, and Johnny Heineken were on the line, bang on. They were all had to go pretty slow right before that finish, or that start. All turned around, because I'm in Australia, damn it. But they had to stall out. They were a little early, so they came in foiling high and slow, but everyone was kind of in the same groove. No one really felt like they were getting held up by that group. But Johnny's got it in a different gear. He's in a different gear than everyone else. I mean, he's faster in a straight line right now than Julian and Ricky, who he started right next to, and he's got a little bit of height on Julian, who he started right below. So he's starting to put the squeeze on him. But now he kind of goes hammer down, speed mode. Oh my gosh, he's unbelievably fast. He's on that all gray kite. And that new ozone looking thing that he and Nico both seem to be on, actually the two kites they're on look a little different. They're probably the same. They got that little tuck on the wingtips that I kind of like. So they're jamming. A couple of the boys have tacked over already. Gina Houston tacked over. She's going to try it out on the right-hand side and give it a look. Big puff on. Ew! That was a solid, that's a 23, 24 knot puff right there, without a doubt. That was a macker. So we got a tanker coming into port, right into the harbor here. Car carrier just left port. The pilot boat just, they're heading over to the other side. I don't know what they're doing. We got a lovely day out here in Australia. Couldn't be happier. The waves are huge. Whoa, someone just stacked big. I mean, people are just blowing up out there on these huge waves. Every once in a while, I was talking about that mechanical rounding. I think it was Joey that came around that bottom mark. And kind of the mechanics of riding in something like this, I think, are really challenging the athletes. A couple people have come by, and as they're sailing by, they're pounding their quadriceps with their fists, trying to loosen them up. A little meat tenderizer, because, man, it's full on out here. I'm sure they've been pushing. It's like, you know, doing a couple hundred squats a race. Sounds. A couple of the boys are calling each other on the radio. We got a crack team out here. Like I said, we got Glenn Taylor with Amos. We've got Murray out here on the rib. I know Murray just had to rescue Joey. As I reported in the last race, Joey did have a broken bridle midway through the race. And he made it out here just before the start, and he said something like, "I got it fixed." So I think he's on the same kite. He just had to retie. But pretty heroic effort, him going back into shore. He's rendering the repair and coming back out. So we've got another race going here. I don't exactly see where Johnny is, though. He's right next. Oh, there he is. He's right next to looks like Ricky. Ricky's having a nice little race. They're not around the top mark yet, but Johnny and Ricky are battling neck and neck.
Sat there pleasantly all afternoon.
Really excited to have seen all the riders come out here and set up camp over the past few weeks. Like I said, Ollie was here, and Ricky, and Florian Gruber was here for a couple days early. All these pros came out. They're doing some testing. They're doing some training. And that's really showing to pay off for some of these guys. Also really excited to be going down to Cartagena for the Hydrofoil Festival. It's going to be December 2nd through the 6th, something like that.
Kite start.
I think
Kite is around the top mark.
the first kite is around the top mark, and that's Johnny Heineken. Second is Nico Parley. He's going to be happy about that. Glad to see him back in the mix. Black Dog team rider. And they're well ahead, and then that looks like Ricky right after them. So we've got a little bit of a mix-up. It looks like Ricky and then another Ozone kite. And then it's Axel. And then Maxime and Joey. So no sign of the French contingent. Well, I should say the F1 French contingent in this race. Not sure if they had a little bit of trouble in the middle of the course or what happened there. You'll see it on the trackers later. And I'm sure be picking it apart and peeling it like an onion to try and figure out what exactly happened with them. But Johnny Heineken is certainly at this point the fastest hydrofoiler in the world. He is without a doubt sailing faster, smarter, and with more confidence than we've seen out of any of the other riders. He is really, really smoking. This is certainly his kind of condition. He likes the big breeze, a big, strong guy. He's got some new, fresh kites. He's got a nice, new, fresh-looking Mike's Lab board. And he's sailing with authority. Nico Parlier right behind him, fellow Ozone team rider. They're looking pretty slick right now. Oof. That was like Ricky just stacked hard out there. He managed to keep his board on, but that looked like a hard one. Imagine the speeds these guys are doing. I can't wait to see some of the stats out of the day. I'm sure some of these downwind speeds are in the nice, comfortable mid-30s. And to wipe out in waves like this and at speeds like that and on a mast that is now, in some cases, 10 or 12 centimeters longer than they were before, man, it's got to hurt. Here comes Johnny Heineken. He's looking so comfortable. I know he's been doing a lot of cross training. One of the things Johnny's been doing lately is sailing a remote control sailboat. In 6:57 for that lap. So a little bit of cross training, trying to refine and remember his old sailing, some of his old sailing tricks. It's reported that he won the recent event he attended at the Blue Water Bruisers Club. Nico Parlier around. He just hit the top, a crest of a wave. So Nico Parlier, and then it's Maxime Nocher on that new little tiny board he's got. Maxime Nocher, then Axel Mazzella, then Julian Kerner, and then Ricardo Lechese. So those two red chronos I was talking about at the top mark, or I'm sorry, red R1s that I was talking about at the top mark, was Ricky and Flo, but Ricky and Flo seem to have lost it downwind to Maxime and Julian. There's Ollie Bridge. Ollie Bridge coming around the bottom gate. Ooh. Whoever that was, I think that was Jalen Andrietta. He's quick. He is lit. He's a little guy, but he's got a lot of talent. He's a former 29er sailor. Excellent video television production guy we all know from last year. And then there's Adrian Geislinger. Marvin Baumeister. What a good-looking group. We've got some excellent sailing going down out here, and I'd like to give a big shout-out as we get this first day pretty much wrapped up to Benny Geislinger for putting together this excellent package for us. What a killer guy. Super nice guy, low-key on the beach, but he's super talented. He's put out a little teaser video for this event. I know he put together an excellent group of footage for after that San Francisco event. Done a really good job, Benny. We can't thank you enough for being here and being a supporter of the hydrofoilers here. So there we are. We got our rubber ducky here. Looks like most are pulled around the gate. What a great day. Can I get a little like reggae music overlay on this now? Because I'm kind of tired of talking. So maybe Benny, you got some nice beach music or something like that you can play, because we're just enjoying it. Oh man, that sounds nice. Oh, there's one right here. Out here at Townsville Sailing Club. What a great afternoon. So we're gonna head over to Flinders Street tonight. Try and see what's going on. You got any recommendations for Flinders Street, JB? If you're under 30, oh. Shit, I'm definitely not qualified then. I'm overqualified on that number. Stay at the sailing club, he says. Us old timers. Now, I think we're going to hike up Castle Rock tomorrow. They got this nice big mountain jutting up right out of town. It's got an excellent view from what I understand. So we're going to head up there for a little dawn hike tomorrow morning and shake off the hangovers and take in the sight. Johnny Heineken's around in the second lap. He is gonzo. Catch you later. He is really necked out, way out in front of everybody. I mean, just way out. Nico Parlier now rounding up there at the top. Well, there's something to be said for the right mentality when you're riding, you know, when you're competing like this. I know in sailboat racing it's a big thing. If you get your head in the right place and you don't put too much pressure on yourself, you can do great things. Obviously, you got to have some talent. Johnny Heineken being one of the best kiteboarders ever to live, so he certainly got that going for him. But to see him punched out so far in front of this international fleet of super talented riders is something else. And I'm sure it's not just the equipment, although we'd love to think that new kite's fast and that new board, you know, probably pretty damn fast too. And he's in top shape. But you know, I think you know, just like any good team sport or any individual sport, you know, you get your head in the right place and great things can happen. I understand that the North Queensland Cowboys just won their rugby league championship. Was it national championship? So everyone here in North Queensland's quite happy. They got their Cowboys jerseys on. And they won it in the last minute.
Never give up.
Never give up. That was really cool, and it was it all kind of happened at one time. It was the North Queensland Cowboys win their championship at the same time that the footy finals happened, and the Hawthorn Hawks won the footy final this year again, the AFL, and I think that's the second year in a row at least. Three in a row, Steve tells me. And then of course in the Rugby World Cup, Australia unseats England. JB gave me a little trivia earlier. Said, you know, what's the difference between the English rugby team and a teabag? And I said, what is that? And he said, what? How'd you say that? Teabag stays in a cup longer. Johnny Heineken coming through the finish line, hooting and hollering. Number 8, checking his foil, checking his style. Johnny Heineken is pumped. He's cruising by. That's it for the day. Nice job today, dude. Nico Parlier coming in right in front of Maxime Nocher. Whoa. He's happy about that. That's it for the day. Number 2. 19 seconds. Johnny won that race by 19 seconds. Very impressive showing by Johnny Heineken today. You got to believe he's out for blood. Axel Mazzella, number 17. And then here comes Riccardo Lecchese versus Julian Kerner. This is going to be a tight finish. I'm going to call it from right here and say that was... Wow. Yeah, I would say outside. Yep. Julian and Ricky. That's finished for the day. So that was Julian and then Riccardo. Yeah. Wow, that was the closest finish of the day for sure. But Steve and I both confirmed the same. That Julian got that. He was on the outside, number 4, Julian Kerner. All right, everybody. Well, that's day 1. We're hanging out, enjoying life. Thanks to all our sponsors. I know Ozone Kites was one of the sponsors. I know that the Townsville Sailing Club is a great sponsor. I know that Fly Surfer was out here with their sponsorship, and we just couldn't be happier to be out here. I'm kind of bumbling at the end of the day because I'm just taking it all in. It's just a beautiful thing we got going here. Thanks to everybody for watching, and thanks to everybody for the help, and we'll see you tomorrow for the second day of Hydrofoil racing.